Oh, they're a bit exposed there. Angered grunting.
I don't think that was the most helpful thing to do, given their
Yeah.
situation surrounded on all sides.
That was kind of a dumb. Yeah, why would you shoot one?
Well, hello, and welcome to the Shallow Proclamation. My name is Paul, and as always, I'm joined by.
Thomas, or as
There we
Billy
go.
Piper says, oh, hello.
Oh, hello, despite the fact there was no one there to talk to, and she didn't know what she looked like. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. And on to some more delightful nonsense. Death to the Daleks, Episode 2. Tuscan Raiders or something.
Yes. And
Sounded more like Chewbacca.
a doctor killed not just the men, but the women and the children too.
I like seeing Daleks on location. Obviously.
They are pretty cool,
Is that
actually.
a railway track on the bottom? You could just see creeping into this shot. I reckon it must be a track for them to go on. I mean, you can't see it in
Right.
this shot.
Yeah, there's no way you'd be able to move a Dalek over sand. They have to lay down one of those like long red carpets wherever they go. Oh, excellent shot.
Mm.
Oh, they're a bit exposed there. Angered grunting.
I don't think that was the most helpful thing to do, given
Yeah.
their situation surrounded on all sides.
That was kind of a dumb. Yeah, why would you shoot one when you've got a whole group?
This is oddly undramatic, isn't it? Because again, the lack of music here, that it's hard to create tension.
It is. You can create tension without music, but it takes quite a lot of work, doesn't it? Oh, nice shot there. They just managed to.
I've never quite understood how, even as a child, how just they hit a Dalek with some sticks and it just blew up.
They harassed it to death.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great shot, that burning Dalek, don't get me wrong.
It is. It wasn't especially believable that they. Like, if they managed to push it off a cliff or something, you'd be like, fair enough.
Given how, I mean, I've often said the Daleks are too overpowered in the modern era, but that was a little bit underpowered, I feel.
Yeah.
Which, I
I
mean, ironically,
suppose.
they don't have any power, so maybe
Yeah,
that's
maybe
it.
that's part of it. Their shields depend on power. Maybe.
Give yourselves up.
Yeah, they are deliberately underpowered at this point. An appendage.
A classic Doctor Who appendage.
Oh. Well.
Been a while since we've had the Doctor being menaced by a appendage.
Yeah.
Takes me back to the Crotons, I think.
Oh man, that one was awful.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Well, what are we making of that then?
Yeah, I think it was a reasonably strong episode overall. I felt like it was treading water in quite a few places in a way that I didn't with the first episode, because it was kind of so unknown and exploring the planet and stuff. It felt like the sections of them wandering in the dark helped tell the story. Here, to me, it felt a bit aimless at points, and that battle. Where, as you say, tactically they're down in a trench. They don't have the high ground. One of them decides to fire one arrow, take out one of this massive group of soldiers when they're massively exposed. Like that is a poor tactical decision, isn't it?
I think what also makes that scene so sort of like a damp squib is like the fact that they're sheltering from this rain of arrows and spears, and some of the arrows and spears aren't even landing like in the sand. They're just sort of falling flat on the ground, like just it feels very undramatic, very limp.
Yeah, and the fact that they just sort of whack the Dalek a few times and then it bursts into flames.
Oh yeah, that's terrible. Terrible. Not really sure. I mean, yeah, you can come up with an idea about like, oh yeah, maybe they're low on power but given that the series at this point hasn't even established any idea of the Daleks having sort of shielding or anything like that. I
Yeah,
mean, you've really got to read that in, haven't you? Like,
I mean, yeah, and even all it would take was like, say, if they had a flaming torch and they just like pin the Dalek down and hold the flaming torch up to it, and then it eventually catches fire. That would be more believable.
well, that's
This
true.
is
That would be more
it just
believable than what happened there.
anything. Just,
It was almost like it's self-destructive, wasn't it? Like it had some kind of breakdown,
yeah,
like
uh,
losing control. I'm losing control, and like then just exploded. So
maybe that was it. It overheated, couldn't compute what was going on.
yeah,
Uh, but
I
yeah, that. But I don't want to be too harsh on it. Yeah, I like overall, I'm enjoying this story. Yeah. What
yeah. I
about
mean,
you?
uh, yeah, it's definitely not the punchiest of stories, is it? It certainly is not really because effectively now we're halfway through, and like you say, not a lot happened in that episode. Episode two doesn't tend to be the ones where you tread waters in four parts. It tends to be episode three, so that doesn't bode well. But
Yeah.
but there were things I liked. So
Yeah,
that we were talking about the design of the Exelons. That's sort of quite creepy and very sort of like this emaciated form, which is quite cool. And again, all the music around that I think works well. I quite like the idea of the Daleks finding a way around having their guns taken away and having sort of a bullet, like a projectile weapon, to fire instead.
that's kind
Um,
of cool, isn't it? Yeah.
and I still find it funny that there is that TARDIS. They've got like a model TARDIS for target practice. Like, like where did they get that from? Like, who's been
Yeah.
making those? Like, do you think there's like a Dalek armorer somewhere who's like making? And why would they have them for target practice?
Yeah.
Like, why would they have targets? And why would because they don't normally use those guns? And why would it be a TARDIS shaped like a police box? Like,
Yeah, there's a
it's such
lot
a
that when
bizarre
you
thing
begin
when
to
you.
think about it, is you're like, what the heck is going on?
But also, the Doctor's description of them as a living, bubbling lump of hate is a good description, and I think that's something that's sort of stuck.
That was great. And what did he said the way they move is with psychokinetic energy. Have you heard
Psychokinetic
that
energy.
before?
I don't think we've had that mentioned before. We've had because before they moved, they got like in the first story, they got their power uh from the
Yes.
ground, didn't
Yeah, they're
they?
like dodgems, aren't they?
Like the
Well,
Dodgems, yeah.
yeah. Dodgems actually get it from above, don't they?
Well,
They kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
mesh,
but
but the principle, yeah.
it's like a reverse Dodgem.
Reverse dodgem.
Uh, a Meg Dod. No, that's a reverse Dodgem. uh,
A jammy dodgem.
and a Fez. Um, yeah, so I think there are some good things in there,
Yeah.
but it is again. My big takeaway so far is it's very dark.
It is.
Like,
Even the daytime scenes feel
exactly. So yeah, it's unusual, but yeah.
it's almost like I wonder if I mean maybe people will be able to illuminate us on this literally, but I wonder if the budget was slightly stretched on this story. Just a few things have felt because the Pertwee era has been so consistent, and
Mm.
just parts of this feel. It's like it's nowhere near a disaster. It's not like you
No,
come
no.
away from it going, "Oh, this is a massive drop in quality." It's just a few things you're like, was this a bit rushed? Did it not quite work out? Was the writing like last minute? I don't know. Feels like something might have not quite gone to plan with this one.
Well, I think someone mentioned at one point that there may have been a bit of a budget cut for this season,
Hmm.
which yeah, that might explain some of that. I think as well, like I don't know if Terry Nation at this stage can really be asked. Like, I don't think he's firing on all cylinders,
Yeah. If you've
necessarily as a
invented the
Dalek writer.
Daleks, you can kind of retire at that point, can't you?
Yeah, so I'm not sure he's particularly because we even said about Planet of the Daleks, even though I really like Planet of the Daleks, it was pretty much a re rewrite of the Daleks, wasn't it?
Hmm.
In many ways, with the sort of the Thals and the city and all that kind of stuff. Um, It's highly enjoyable. So, but I think he may have given up a bit by now.
Sorry, I just I had a tube of toothpaste here. Don't ask why. And I had a biro, and I was like, I wonder if the diameter of the biro is the same as. And to my shock, this wasn't meant to happen, but I just like pushed it lightly, and the pen went like halfway in, and so now I've just got a toothpastey pen. Sorry, that
Toothpastey pen.
I'll wash that at some point. Sorry about that. I don't know why I did that.
That was yeah, well, only on this channel. I doubt there's any other channel where you get that kind of content. Like,
Did you know that a Bic biro fits snugly within the aperture of a Colgate triple action tube of toothpaste?
it's not exactly Mythbusters, is it? Like, surely that can't be true. We tested it. Like, turns out it does. Like,
You know, my teachers, when I was at school, they'd say I'd never come of anything later in life. Well, look at me now.
yeah, exactly. Look at the giddy heights we've risen to.
Yeah.
Dear me. Anyway, so
Sorry,
there we
Greg.
go.
Yeah, no, interesting. So, some ups and downs, but I'm excited for the next part.
And always, good to see a doctor menaced by an appendage. It's been
Indeed.
too long since the doctor we've had that, so
I have not been sleeping until it would happen again, so I'm glad I can get a good night's sleep now.
quite right too. Well, on that bombshell. As always, if you want to talk more about appendages in Doctor Who, come and join us on our Discord server. That's free. There's a link for that in the description. And if you want more of this gold, if you want to watch Thomas stick other things into tubes of toothpaste, why not join the Patreon and make suggestions for what we could do?
Welcome to our new regular feature of the show. What fits in what?
Will will it fit in a tube of toothpaste? On this week's episode, sausages. No, turns out they don't. Only if
This
you jam
episode-
them inside. On that note, bye-bye.
Goodbye. I'm sorry about that.
It's fine. It's fine. It's what I'm comfortable. It's the whimsy. Adding the whimsy.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. People wouldn't appreciate the channel, would they, if it didn't have that slightly unpredictable edge to it?
Absolutely. People were very sort of some people were very shocked by your moustache last week.
Really? Oh, I missed the comments on that.
Some people was like I didn't even realize it wasn't real until at one moment it phased through his face. And my favorite comment was someone who said, what did they say? So we're doing fake mustaches now, are we? Great way to lose an audience overnight. I was like, bit dramatic, don't you think? Like, I loved this channel, but then one time he used a fake moustache, and I vowed to never watch again.
If that is the first thing that's put them off this channel, I think we're doing very well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Good job they weren't here for Toothpaste Gate.
I'm actually wrestling with whether or not I should include that.